All right, everybody.
What the hell? Hey there.
This is the morning zoo.
I can't do it right now. Go ahead, Emma.
Do you need a blue pill?
Hey there. Welcome to Motorcycle... No.
Start again, people were talking.
Hey there.
No, your mouth is full.
No, it's not.
Is it your mouth full
your
too?
cheek is bulging out.
No, I'm just doing my
All right.
job. You settle down. It is, hey there, welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits, coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California, USA.
The sun did come out for a little bit.
Marginally.
Tiny.
It's like
lovely today.
It's like wind chill negative 32 in the middle of the country, so we can't,
All right. Hey, everyone. This is Liza. Thank you for that lovely opening, Emma. You can go ahead and finish chewing now.
Thank you. Well, no, because we're still getting through the Christmas candy. And I am very pleased to say I've polished off the box of C's chocolates.
Oh, you didn't save any for anyone else?
I pass them around.
It didn't come to me.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, I can see how this is going to go. All right. Let's just get to introductions because we've got a lively group tonight, don't we? Always dependable and on time, running the board.
Capable of caving.
It's Stumpy John.
Heidi-ho, everybody. It's Stumpy John.
You just crumbled, didn't you?
I
When
did,
you
I
wanted
crumbled.
to do that, you crumbled.
I got stage fright.
We've all been there.
You make me nervous, Emma, sometimes.
you should invent your own dance. I just had a vision of you.
What?
Like,
What would even that
when it was your
look
turn, you
like?
could jump up and
Do the stump.
Like, yeah, like think
Do
like
the stump,
MC
the stump.
Yeah, like Morris Day in the Time, but it's the stump.
But without rhythm.
Anyway,
Yeah. Well, we all know the Humpty dance. It could be the Stumpty dance.
There we go.
Exactly.
Can you do the Humpty dance first?
Not right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, doing their best rendition of the Stumpy dance for us tonight, it's Miss Emma.
Hello, darlings. Simply thrilled to be here. And, I've got the classic girl couch to myself.
You and the empty candy wrappers
I
are
was gonna
taking
say
up the
I'm
whole couch.
surrounded by empty candy wrappers because I
there's
can.
candy corn over there too.
Yeah, it's not very good though.
Ooh, I want some.
Well, no, hang on. Before you get excited about the candy corn, it comes in peppermint candy cane flavor, toasted marshmallow flavor, maple syrup flavor, or frosted sugar cone.
But those aren't all in the same package.
Yeah, they're all in the same package.
Oh, my
It is
word.
quite revolting.
Pass it over.
As you start
Not to
eating
Liza.
them.
Yes, I dig in.
Pass it
I
over.
want to see you snort one up your nose.
All right. Well, we're not done yet. That's only half of the room. Going around the room, joining us tonight to talk about something special.
We hope.
I hope. It's Ray Ray.
Hey guys, it's Ray Ray.
And I think it's
That's deep, man. That's deep.
I think it's terribly brave of you, Ray, to come on
to
the
just
show.
bare my soul in front of all of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Ooh.
You'll bare your soul that's covered in poison ivy.
Yes.
That one was
Ticks.
maple syrup, and it was not bad.
All right.
All right. Oh, this one is weird.
It's a
All
candy
right.
cane.
That's shaped like an intestine.
Which one did you get? Is that even a candy corn? Oh,
a candy cane.
that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
one though. That's a good luck.
I don't know. Well, continue introductions going around the room. Somebody who I know for a fact eats tongue. It's Scottie.
Hey, follow me.
And then, of course, by the open window, ready to leap, it's Naked Jim.
Hey, living it up at the Hotel California.
Yeah. And Bagel is on the way, so he'll be joining us soon. Scottie, you basically French kissed a cow yesterday.
It was delicious. Yeah, I had a taco. It was fabulous.
Lengua.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
I got multiple pictures in my mind right now.
Have you eaten the lengua?
No, I don't do that.
I have. Lingo's good.
I can't-
Fabulous.
Tastes like roast
I
beef.
understand you got to get the back of it with like the little tubes and stuff.
Oh,
That's
God.
the best part.
Yeah.
No,
I can't do it. I just feel like I'm French kissing a cow.
No,
you
apparently.
had a lingua taco.
I don't know
It was-
whether
it
it's
was
lost
delicious.
favour, but certainly when I was a child in England, tongue sandwiches were quite a thing.
Was that like a mob kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's very peaky.
Like
blinders.
what's the
Yeah,
that Irish smile?
yeah, the Irish smile, the Glaswegian smile.
Well, my dog likes bull penis.
Does he really?
Old
That-
dogs, old dogs
Shame
do.
here.
That just took a weird turn. All right. So, a few things to talk about today.
Oh,
First
we got
thing,
lots to talk about. And John's dog's obsession with willies is probably number one.
She's happy when a willy's in her mouth.
so
God.
the Dakar. Are you guys following Dakar?
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So Dakar has been very interesting this year.
Oh, yeah.
Also, just to see the bikes that are in it. Besides, like Honda and KTM, which
Right,
really
right,
lead. You got the Cove. Well,
No, the hero.
there was a Cove.
Oh.
Oh, they didn't make it?
We'll get to that. Hero, Gas.
Electric bikes aplenty.
Electric bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to follow the Future 100 thing. I think that's what it's called. The Dakar Future 100 is like a different category or class somehow. There just wasn't as much coverage. It was harder to follow.
Titanium frames.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
The thing I find interesting about the Dakar, you have all the classes, the bikes, the quads, and then you get the rally cars
big
and like
trucks.
the big trucks and the trucks and then the big trucks and then the mule kind of thingies.
Right.
Side by sides and all that stuff.
Side by sides. But the bikes are always the first one that they give the updates on because they are the fastest out there. Of all the vehicles out there,
Does anyone know why they have to ride so far, like just to start
get to the
racing?
starting grid.
Is there a reason? Like, does that
I
harken
know.
back to having to just slab it a bunch?
I think
But-
like 2 or 3 days ago, they had to ride like 290 kilometers to the starting.
and sometimes
Yeah.
I think it's more than that just
Yeah.
to get to the start.
Or after the end of the stage, sometimes they have to ride a long ways.
yeah. Oh, is there?
I'm
curious why, if
I'm going to
anyone
take
knows.
a wild leap on
Tell me
this.
why.
Because
Tell
this is,
me why.
it's in Saudi Arabia this year. And the entire country is not just open to race. So I think they have to go to different sections. Because that's why the bivouac moves. They're going to different sections.
But you think you'd plan where you could wake up and start where you
I
woke
know,
up
like
and just
you think
did
they
yoga.
put them in a truck and drive them
Yeah.
there. But why they have the rule that you have to get
So if anyone knows, I'd
One
be
of the
curious.
racers on an interview recently was talking about how they finish their stage and then they get in an airplane for one of the transfers.
Oh, they did that to go for the rest day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the rest day, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think if you want a clue as to why it is,
I think because the bivouac hasn't moved yet. So you
Right.
just sleep in the bivouac.
but the French nation's attitude to racing has always been based on endurance. And when you look at what comes out of France, I mean, you have the Bol d'Or, which is the 24-hour motorcycle race. You have Le Mans, of course, which is the most famous race. And it's always been based around endurance. And if we go back to the origins, it was Paris-Dakar.
Right.
So it was very much based on how much endurance and punishment can the riders take, how much endurance and punishment can the bikes take. And once you understand it's based around that mentality, it's quite easy to kind of figure out, the bivouac's going to be 200 miles from the start line.
But that's too easy. We're going to make you ride,
Right.
375 miles to start. That's something Scottie would do. Be like, it's too easy. We're going to
Scotty would definitely do that.
I have to say, though, Jim, when they're out in the dunes, which they had a couple days, it was just all dunes, it's like they're floating across.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing to watch them.
It is amazing, but you can't slow down.
Yeah.
or
No,
you
they're
will
on the
sink.
throttle.
Slow down,
the
you
I
whole
was
need
watching
time.
one dude do a wheelie for just looked like miles. Just full
Yeah.
throttle, handing it out there.
So one of the Americans, Mason Klein, who we've been following, is on the Cove. Remember we saw the
Right.
Cove at AIM Expo. And
He was fun. He was easy to like.
Unfortunately, the bike died, and he's out.
Oh, no.
Bummer.
Yeah. Not a crash or anything. And he said he stands behind Cove. He said, it's unfortunately he got a second-gen bike. Didn't have enough time yet to really learn the bike and what it needs. And
It's one of those horrible stories where I think the bike came at the last minute and they only had one shakedown ride. And
Yeah.
it's like, had all this stuff that's failing right now. if we could have known beforehand, which we would have. But it's so crazy to think you prepare for so long and the bike shows up, right before you can
Well,
race.
and because the Cove is a Chinese-made bike, and they're trying to show that Chinese can make you any quality you want.
But I think other Cove bikes finished or are still racing, and they finished in the. And and any bike can have a
There's
mechanical
plenty of
issue.
Japanese bikes having mechanical
Yeah,
issues.
they all
Kinds of
do.
things.
It's the Dakar.
Speaking of Japanese, on the Honda 450, just like Jim's bike, Ricky Brayback, American. Mm-hmm. He's
number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number one. He's been doing great. What's interesting, and I don't think he's come in first any day, but he's placed top 10 every day. He had a
So,
bunch of third
When
places.
you aggregate,
it adds
Real
up.
consistent.
Well, I think he was the first American to win a few years ago. Brayback
Yeah,
was.
and
Yeah.
he's
With
like,
HRC Honda.
they're like 1 week down, another week to go, and he goes, I'm 110%. Let's go. He's feeling good.
I've been seeing like little snippets of him, and he's just on fire. Like, this is great. I love it. Yeah, it's hard. It's
he's
fucking Dakar.
incredibly talented. But, there's got to be a formula for that kind of riding, of size of bike versus power of bike. Because, of course, you think you're riding these huge distances, you want something as big as possible. Well, hang on. Because you're riding in very, very soft sand and you need to be able to throw the thing around. So you want something as small as possible. Well, that won't exactly fly because you're riding long distances. Right. So, maybe the 450 is just that sweet spot of power, range, and just chuckability so you can actually kind of throw it around in the dunes.
Yeah.
And a comfortable place to sit for a couple weeks.
Well, you're the best judge of that.
Well, no, it's certainly not comfortable. I'll tell you that. But I don't think they're sitting a lot. And I think, so much just luck, too. I mean, right? You just have to have
Right.
a millisecond of bad luck, and you're in a helicopter ride to the hospital.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's like vicious. The accidents are
Well,
vicious.
I remember from years and years ago when the giant bikes, really were
Like the BMWs or...
It was all about the bigger the better, and the original Africa Twins, and you'd see one of those wad out at like 90 miles an hour, and
brutal.
Jesus Christ! It's amazing that the person even survived the accident.
Yeah.
You saw it, and you think, "Oh, they're dead."
like somersaulting, ragdoll kind of
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Excuse me, I have an announcement to make.
Yes.
Yes.
Bagel has joined us.
Oh, really?
Hey, Bagel.
Hey,
Oh,
Bagel.
there he is. Hello, Bagler.
Hey, Bagel.
Greetings from the frozen subarctic regions of the Pacific Northwest.
Well, there's no blubbering, Bagel, because you lived in California and you chose to head north. So
I did, but I had to chip my way through the ice to get it out here to do the podcast. So,
serves you right.
for doing that.
it took me a few. Sorry about
No worries. Well, I want to wrap up the Dakar, and then I want to talk about Bagel's Sophie's Choice from this past week. But yeah, and there's the woman who's leading in the women's Jane Daniels. There's video of her, like she'd had a small crash, but things had gotten like bent and she couldn't read her
Stomping on
scroll
the
thing.
tower.
She's like didn't have the tools, so
Yeah.
she like just laid the bike down, was using her boot and stomping to bend things back into place to make the bike rideable.
Yeah.
With a cameraman just on her. She's just like,
crazy.
Watching her do that made me think.
Are they not supposed to help?
I want to be her
No.
friend.
One of the things I
Well,
like...
other riders will stop and help.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One of the things I like is to watch them figure out all the geometry on how to flip things back over. Not the motorcycles so much, but the big trucks or cars. They flip over down some weird thing.
I always thought the golden ticket at the Dakar would be riding in one of the big trucks.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Until I
recovery
saw
truck or a...
in the big race trucks.
Oh, fuck.
Until I saw footage from inside of one.
Shit flying all.
There's a reason there's a 3-man team. It takes 3 people to change the tire.
And when you hit a series of ruts, you're wearing a helmet. It's just going one side to another. How these guys don't end up with broken necks, it's incredible. So, no, I don't think it's probably a very pleasant environment to be in.
So, if you're not following Dakar, I recommend watching the motorcycles riding that terrain.
And they
It's
had
so beautiful.
They had a new stage this year, and I can't quite understand. It was like the 48-hour chrono stage.
I saw that too.
And it was basically-
like a time trial.
Yeah, like they turned them loose for 2 days, and and there was different bivouacs somewhere they could stop at, and the only rule was you were kind of on your own, no mechanic team or anything like that, And when it started getting dark, you had to stop at the next closest thing.
Oh, that's why they had all those like top racers just pitching a tent and sleeping
in
out
the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And nobody knew what was going on and this kind of thing. So I don't quite understand.
It was pretty cool though, because a lot of folks were like, I think I have enough time if I really pin it in this section, but I have to avoid the speed limits and all this other stuff, trying to make it as far as they could the first day. It was pretty cool.
It seemed like a neat thing. And they're just so out. It's so remote. It's so
I
vast
must
out there.
admit, I do miss the footage of everybody leaving Paris in January.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
cool.
that was
cool.
That was almost the best part because you'd have these just wildly incongruous things, like obviously a motorcycle that's set up for the desert. It's riding through downtown Paris in the ice and snow. Very, very cool to see.
Oh, I'm sure. And when all the now all the vintage class, that's another thing to check out. The vintage vehicles is pretty cool.
Oh,
I haven't checked in on the two women in the Citroen.
They're struggling.
Oh,
They're struggling. They're struggling. Or the car is. They're great. The car is having a tough time.
on that same vein, there's a fabulous series for the Peking to Paris auto race that happens every couple of years.
Well, and I think that there is another competition within the competition. I don't know if you've noticed Ricky Brabeck and Toby Price. Toby Price is always known for having this weird mullet. Have you noticed Ricky
He's a
Brabeck?
stud.
I think he's trying to out mullet Toby Price.
Really?
Yeah, if I ever meet him, I'm gonna ask him.
All I'm going to say is Ricky Brabeck's mullet's awesome because he looks like a big dude that could whoop my ass. Yeah, they all rocking like these mullet mohawk things.
Well, now that Bagel has joined us, Bagel, you had an interesting, as I said, Sophie's choice of two different scooters available at the same time that both seem to be pretty cool finds, but you said you can only have one, and I think you were going after the wrong one. Tell everyone what these two scooters were, and then Emma, I think you're going to agree with me. Tell them what the two scooters were that you were trying to get.
Well, I don't know if I was really trying to get both of them.
I know, but that were available or enticing.
But they were available. They're both enticing. One is a Harley Topper that is for sale out in Ohio.
Conveniently,
where we have some friends
near our friends at Cleveland.
Where I'll most likely be going for vintage motorcycle days this summer.
And it was cheap, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It looks like it's fairly complete. I don't think it was running, and it had been like repainted, but it seemed like it was all pretty much there. So, and it was interesting and tempting, but the seller was away on vacation, so that kind of precluded any way of getting a hold of him. So
Right.
So I kind of thought about that.
What was the base price?
Yeah, how cheap is cheap?
Let me see. I think
1,000?
I still have it.
I think it was 1,500.
Might have been 15. Let me.
I think it was 1,500 for looked pretty complete.
That sounds about the going rate for a topper.
Yeah, so it was tempting.
Okay.
But
the
then
other?
a friend of mine posted a Vespa auto or a Vespa car. It's labeled as, which is a Vespa 3-wheeler, also known as an Ape.
Oh, yeah.
Which is for sale up in Washington.
Do you not already have an Ape?
No, I've never had a 3-wheeler of any kind.
Oh,
Not even an MP3.
you could catch up with Liza.
Oh, this is cool.
Right.
Well, hold on.
Right.
Bagel
Now-
was hunting after this because I think you're like, it's an Ape, it's a Vespa, and it's Pakistani. I think you were like, I got to have this. And I'm like, get the Ape. The Ape looks like a good deal. Sleepy Cinch said, I can go pick it up for you and hold on to it till
The
you're
Ape
here.
or the topper?
That was the topper.
Yeah.
Now this
Right.
Ape,
How do you spell it?
Ape, A-P-E.
Looks like ape.
If you're looking at this, Emma, did you read the description?
Yes, and the description's quite short. Imported in 2001 from Pakistan. It has a 2-stroke engine. I was going to convert it to electric, but decided against it. Presently disassembled as shown, and it's not that disassembled. I'm keeping the visor. Make an offer.
What do you think he means by the visor?
Well, I'm looking.
Shield?
Oh no, there's a visor. If you click on full screen, there's a visor above the windshield.
Okay, but it looks like it's not complete. Shouldn't that have more of a cab, Bagel?
Yes, there was originally a rickshaw back that was
Yeah.
a hand-built
that was
rickshaw
cool.
back that was on the back of it. It
Yeah,
was very cool.
It's just a frame.
Right, but the seller decided that he wanted to keep the rickshaw back and see if he could adapt that to put it onto a like an imported K truck that he could register for the road, because the state of Washington would not allow him to register this rickshaw.
What about the state of Oregon?
Well, that remains to be seen. So
what do you think?
But the thing is, I just this thing is so adorable, and it looks like it looked like it was in really good shape.
But it's not complete,
And I just
Bagel.
felt- Well, it doesn't have the back, but
Yeah.
it has everything that it needs to make it run pretty much. So I figured that's a pretty good deal that I really shouldn't pass up. And with its
Okay.
history coming from Pakistan, with the decorations on the front of it, even though it doesn't have the back, which was beautifully done up in Pakistani style, just like the trucks are done, but even the front has some beautiful like hand painted birds of different types along the front, and some messages in Urdu along the sides.
So where are you at with this?
Well, just buy both.
It's right behind me here in my shop.
Hey! Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, and he kept the visor.
He did keep the visor and the back,
Okay.
but
So you
I have
have
the rest of it.
one-third
including
of
the
an
whole
opera.
drivetrain.
Congratulations,
An
Bagel.
op.
This is actually how it came from the factory, because it didn't come with a back or anything. It was just a rolling chassis and engine and drivetrain that with the seat. So, and it was that just left it up to the buyer to put on whatever they wanted to put on the back.
Considering
And
you're
in
in
Pakistan, it
Portland,
was
maybe
cheaper
a
to-
stripper pole.
Yeah.
That is a
Are
possibility,
you
I
in Portland
suppose.
now?
What's that?
Are you in Portland now?
No,
Well,
I'm
near
in
Eugene.
I'm 2 hours south of there,
Yeah.
but I was thinking I could put a couple of rails on the back and make it a scooter hauler.
You could.
It would be a very slow scooter hauler, but it would work.
Well, congratulations on your new find.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
cool.
it was a hard
you.
choice. The Harley Topper
Yeah.
was pretty cool, I thought.
It was.
I mean,
but-
they are of limited appeal. I mean, it's Harley toppers, as charming as they are very, very rudimentary.
Yeah, and now my interest in the topper though is pretty much for just like a kind of a pipe dream idea where I wanted to if I could find a cheap Harley topper, I always thought it'd be really cool to paint it up in orange and black.
Yeah.
And just Harley it
flames.
out like with chrome and just make it as Harley as the most Harleyest topper I could.
Take it to Sturgis.
And then take it to Sturgis.
Yeah.
So
I go, hi, guys.
That'd be cool.
because I've never been to Sturgis, and I figured that'd be the way for me to go there.
It'd be a good way for you to make friends, Bagel.
I probably would, yes. It would have to have tassels.
Oh yeah.
Well,
leather.
congratulations.
Handlebars.
Keep us up to date on what you do with that.
Yeah, will do.
How long until you think you have it running?
Well, I was thinking about tinkering with it this weekend. I haven't done too much with it yet, but I've got the day off tomorrow, so maybe I'll come out here and see if I can get the engine in it. Because
Alright.
it's just a couple of bolts and then throw in some axles and some drive chains, and next thing you know, might be able to actually get it rolling around.
Just like that. Well, good.
Yep.
Congratulations. John, you wanted to give a quick update. Yeah, we had, let's just give a shout out. Tad Wesson came by
Yeah, it was so
today.
great seeing him.
Tad went on
He went to
Stumpy
Pakistan.
Stand.
He did, yeah.
And with you, Emma,
Oh, yeah.
to
Dolomites.
Dolomites. Yeah, we had a bunch of people at the garage today. Also, he dropped off gear, which most of it I was able to give away before I even had to put it into the garage.
Good.
Yeah, I had so many people showing up today, but he's looking for more trips to do. But we've got a few coming up. What have
All
we
right,
got?
we got a few. So the Misfits Desert Hair Rally is coming up real quickly. It's January 30th to February 4th. Email us if you're interested. The Misfits Hollister Rally, April 18th to 21st. You should check out.
It's gonna be good, I think.
Breaking Away Motorcycle Adventures for that.
I got my ticket.
And I want to make it clear, when you look at that rally and look at the cost, you think, hang on a minute, it's how much is it? $250?
$350
$350
for 4 days.
A bargain.
It's a 4-day event. Yeah. It's completely catered. It's an all-inclusive weekend, so it's actually very good value.
Yeah.
That's breakingawayadventures.com.
Okay.
Yeah, Breaking Away Adventures. Come to our rally. And Raymond, are you coming to Peru or not?
No, I think I'm gonna do Pakistan.
Then
with me?
Yeah.
Yes!
I was trying to get him to come to Peru.
I'm so excited.
Which means I think that there's still a spot open on the Peru trip if you want to come to Peru
What's
with
the
me.
dates and how do they get involved?
In March, go to vintagerides.travel. Yeah.
Okay. And you can join Ray Ray and me at Stumpistan May 30th to June 12th. And you could check out a different agenda.com for that. The Dolomites trip with Miss Emma is June 23rd to 29th.
Which is indeed.
And Castles and Curve is July 14th to 20th, but with Miss Emma. You do not want to miss being with Miss Emma. Whatever the cost is, double it. That's what it's worth, just to be with her.
I'm worthless.
So, and you can check out Leod Escapes.
LeodEscapes.com.
And if you go to Leod Escapes, just punch in the Misfits Training Tour in its own search bar. Both trips will come up. Just a little recap, because I want to make this absolutely clear. These trips are for novice travelers, not novice motorcyclists. If you've only been riding for 6 months, just get a little more experience in. This is very, very hard riding, particularly in the Dolomites. I always lead the slow group. That does not mean we're slow. You're really going to push the limits of what your skill level is, no matter where you're at. I mean, Kat is an absolutely amazing rider, and I'm a good working rider, but it's both of those trips are very, very demanding. And I believe for 2024, if you sign up for the trip, it is included in the cost of the trip, Yamaha Champion Riding School. That's Freddie Spencer. You have to complete it. You have to show completion of Champion Riding School to be eligible to go on the trip.
Champion Riding School is just a value on its own. It's super cool that's included.
Yeah, and we include it.
Is it something that you have to attend in person or something?
No, it's all online.
It's online. Okay.
But it's all theory. But it's theory, right? It's amazing because it actually, you go into the dynamics of what a motorcycle actually does and the dynamics of how you crash and how you avoid it. It's an absolute must.
All right.
In the past, it's been optional. It is compulsory for 2024. Thank you.
And Bagel, you have a trip coming up, correct? What's the dates and the deets on that?
This is the Rim Run Scooter Rally with for Top Dead Center Scooter Club. That's going to be July 19th through the 21st in Oregon, where we'll be riding to Crater Lake.
Bagel,
riding all the way around Crater Lake.
Will you be then leaving that and driving to Ohio?
Very likely, hopefully. I haven't made definite plans yet, but that's definitely one of the things I'm shooting for this year.
So that rally, is it for vintage machines or contemporary ones?
It is oriented towards vintage machines, but we would allow modern scooters as well.
Will you be riding your Heinke Heinkel HE111?
No, I will probably be riding my Vespa 300, but it remains to be seen. I might get other bikes running between now and then, and I might change my mind. But
you might do it on an Ape.
Did you know?
Well,
no.
Do you ride on or in an
go
Ape?
that far on an Ape.
Emma, did you know that the rim ride in San Francisco is a completely different experience?
Oh, I know what the rim ride is. Sign me up, baby!
And finally, Chickistan, September 15th to 28th.
We need to add Vintage Days, AMA Vintage Days.
That's true.
Yes.
We do.
I like how, we've completely joined Phil, but we're building a neighborhood now that we've taken over one side, and now people have been taking over the other side.
And what are the days for Vintage Days?
Last weekend in July, it's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But
26th through the 28th.
we find a way to make it a Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah, so
Or
literally
Wednesday,
I will
maybe.
I will be getting off the plane, having come back from Castles and Curves, and getting on a plane to go to Ohio.
Yes. So you're going to come?
Yeah, of course I am.
Yeah. I wanted to give a quick ride report. Scottie and I did a ride yesterday.
We had a good time.
And I am going to say that it was a good ride. And we even talked about what are some of the things that you check off that say, yes, this was a good ride. Emma, what are some of the things for you that you're like, yes, this was a good ride? What's on that checklist?
My wants and needs in a ride are probably different from a lot of other people. The greatest thing for me is riding with my friends.
There you go.
Yeah.
Riding with friends, yep.
Riding with friends is my favorite thing to do.
Jim, what's something for you that you're like on the checklist for a good ride?
After a long day of riding, when I get off the bike, I kind of want to get back on.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually did that last night too.
Right.
What about you, John? What's something you're like, yep, that was a good ride?
I would just, not crashing.
Yeah.
That was my number two, making it home.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, that is legit.
And Ray, what's something that has to be on that checklist for
I'll
you?
second Emma. It's friends.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what's on my list. Tacos.
Oh,
Check.
okay.
Yep, check. Stopping at a shop and looking at
what?
bikes.
Oh, okay.
That's a bonus, right? Check. Did that. And exploring and discovering new roads.
Ooh.
Where you're kind of like not sure where you're going, but like, let's left or right. I don't know. Let's go right.
Let's see where that
where
goes.
it goes.
Yeah.
That kind of fun ride. Check. Then the other thing I'm going to add that not everyone will agree with me, but thankfully Scottie and I are on the same boat on this. When something goes wrong and you have to problem solve and get yourself out of a situation.
Oh, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Like a side of the road fix or stuff like that. That to me makes it even more of an adventure when you're faced with like
some kind of obstacle that
an
we overcome
obstacle
as
that
a
you
group or a team.
overcome.
Yeah.
So I will say that I was not warned ahead of time about going for a ride with Scottie. And I am going to say that this is equal parts warning and equal parts
Exciting.
yeah, like a good thing. That Scottie, you like to just go and discover new roads, sometimes that aren't an actual road but are somebody's property.
Well, I try to stay off of people's front yards. And I did send you a map
Yeah.
the night before. And we almost entirely stayed off of people's front yards. So it was great. Yeah.
Almost.
No guns pulled.
No.
No guns
That's
pulled.
good.
So that's another good thing. But we headed down.
That's a criteria for a good ride.
Yeah. So I had said I want to go explore around Holster because where our rally is, I'm trying to find more roads that we can recommend for little loops and day rides. And we know of a road just south of Holster, Pinoche Road, that goes basically
Over to 5, right?
all the way over to 5. So
yeah.
basically from California is separated by mountain ranges and freeways. The 1, the 101, the 5, right? They all
Yeah.
All odd numbers.
and then there's
so you know
mountain
they run
mountain
north-south.
ranges between each one, and not a lot of ways to go through. Every now and then across California, there's a way to cross over, but not many. So to find a small road, and when I say small road, this is best suited for a dual sport. Like
Oh, it's that kind of road.
it
Well,
was
those roads are beat up too.
They were
right?
really nicely
Really?
paved 50
Like
years
fresh-
ago.
Oh,
yeah, really beat up. You're just going through farms on just a chunky road with squirrels and animals everywhere. And this Pinoche Road goes all the way across. So you're heading away from life, away from cell
you're out
phone.
there.
You're just
It's
going
ranch
across
land.
the middle of California.
In the Temblor range, if somebody wants to look that up.
Yeah, but Scottie had found a road. So you knew about that dirt road, or
I found it on the map and it made me excited, so I dragged you along.
yeah, on the KTM 990 with street tires.
You had the Supermoto.
The SMT,
Yeah.
Well, that's what SM stands for, darling.
Yeah, but T. There's a T.
Touring.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's not a supermoto.
Totally.
This is
Supermoto touring. Equally unsuitable for dirty
I know.
bike adventures.
I think that the bike itself may not have been designed for dirt bike purposes.
No, the tires.
But your skills make up for that.
Well, the bike is a good riding position, and for like a dirt road. So these like basically farm roads, you go from poor pavement to just dirt
Never
and
been
gravel,
paved.
you know,
Really good gravel.
and just going like through cow pastures.
Yeah.
And connecting all
no,
these
it's beautiful
ranches
out
and
there.
just riding over through these
It's
hills.
like jackrabbits and trains.
Yeah, so
it's
that
cool
was
back there.
that was fun.
Yeah, there's a lot
Any
of road.
mud?
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
Did you make it to that water crossing? And you know.
So there was a
No.
couple
At least-
river beds that were dry that we crossed, where definitely the road went down and became like concrete, and there's just gravel everywhere. They have to
Yes.
clear the gravel when the river
so
washes
there's
it
no
out.
water there.
That's like
No.
Ian Hollister, Southside Road does that.
Yeah, there was a couple. But that was, it was fun. I'm taking it really slow. My rear brake was kind of soft. But then as we were heading further out Pinoche, and Scottie says, "Oh, let's go try that road." Point, and we turn around, and I'm looking, is it a road?
It wasn't.
It's a gravel dirt road
The cow
going
track.
through a farm.
Yeah,
but there
it was
was no gate,
Yeah, no gates, no signs. It
no
was
signs.
totally somebody's driveway.
It was totally somebody's farm because we're passing barns and farm equipment and stuff. And I'm like, oh, and you can see like different roads going off into the distance. But then there was like mud that was like snot.
Yeah.
And I could feel the bike kind of sliding around.
Well, you've got like a 17-inch front wheel with street tires.
Yeah, I
on
know.
it, so,
Straight. Yeah. And then I'm like, I get through a couple of them. Then I see the next one that is just a big mud pit. And I'm like, nope. Nope.
Yeah, and at some point we both decided this is not the right call for today or yesterday.
Nope.
Yeah.
Turning
Well,
around.
because you're out there too. I mean, it's like what, 3 hours?
Well,
from
we were
town?
also in
Yeah.
somebody's front yard.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm like, yeah, no, let's just go back to the road and continue. So we get out to Pinoche Road and like, let's just keep going further into the nether regions. There's not a lot back there. Eventually you get to New Idria, the ghost town, the old mining town. So Scottie takes off because Scottie was in the groove on the XR650 and just like takes off.
It's
You
a
were-
big dirt bike.
You were
and it's
totally
a shitty road and
in
it
the
was
groove.
So fun.
Just
Yeah.
having fun. And I'm like, just doing my own speed. But I'm like, God, I think my tires are covered in the mud because my bike is just sliding around. Didn't feel good. I'm like slowing down. I'm like, I got to like shake some of this mud off. I'm like, it just feels really loose. And I get off and I look and I've got a flat tire.
Oh.
jeez.
So yeah, something popped the tire. I think maybe in the farm.
I don't think the tire was popped by something on the outside of the tire. I think you just ran out of tire.
No, well, there was a hole. There was a hole.
There was also cord showing
Right.
almost all the way around.
No, but hold on.
again.
There wasn't that much cord the first time.
That much.
And here's the thing.
There shouldn't be any cord showing,
Apparently,
Liza.
riding on a flat tire destroys it, and there was more and more
yeah.
cord
Yeah.
appearing
Yeah.
as we're
No
trying to
wonder it
get
was
back.
slipping.
Because a flat tire gets so hot,
Right.
Yeah.
they just disintegrate. Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, and Bagel will attest to that because I know he's come unglued with this before, tire wear is not linear. You know, modern tires on motorcycles are very, very clever things. They've played around with all kinds of compounds to make them last a long time and yet grip. And a lot of tires, like the Michelin you had on the back of your SMT, a dual compound. You know, they're very.
Pirelli.
It was a Pirelli, but Pirelli's got two CT technology anyway, which means that the compound in the middle of the tire is quite hard, the rubber. And
This
very
is
soft
a very soft tire that's really
but soft
made for
at the
like
sides,
track.
super
Yeah.
soft. But the problem is when you get down pretty much
To the
two-thirds
end of life.
to the end of life, it wears out really
fast.
quickly.
I mean,
Really quickly.
And when you're running
Like-
it flat, it
destroys it.
Destroys
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah.
fortunately, I had thrown in that new handheld pump into the top case. Like, you never know. And I was able to get it up to like 24 pounds, and then the battery died.
the battery on the pump.
Battery
Did
on
you
the
plug it? What did you do?
No, I didn't have a plug. I didn't know where the hole was.
I did have plugs, but it wasn't really that kind of
Didn't know
hole.
where the hole was because it was covered in like mud and gravel. But we're like, all right, plan now is get back to civilization and then see if we can limp this thing home, but not knowing how fast it's going to lose air. So I'm riding, we get up to speed, doing like 50, get up to speed, and I ride it until it starts to feel loose again. And we were talking about this is in crisis management. One of the important factors is to know when to stop.
Yeah.
And so that you're not taking any risks. And I'm like, oh, we'll go a few miles, pull over. Thankfully, Scottie brought a not battery powered, but
It plugs into the
bike's
tender.
battery,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which it's slow, but we pump it up some more. So we did this about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I'd ride a few miles until it felt soft, pull over, get it to about 20 pounds of pressure. The interesting thing, it would go down to 5 pounds of pressure and then stop. So I think there wasn't enough pressure to keep pushing it through the hole.
Anyhow, we got to a little.
So,
stayed on the
so it
wheel,
never
so
came
that's
off the wheel.
Yeah, stayed beaded.
And
Yeah.
we kept doing this until we got out to the main road where there's a general store that sold Fix-A-Flat.
Downtown Piscinas.
Yeah. Yeah. So now it's put some Fix-A-Flat in. Now we can see there's a hole and do the same thing, repeat. Now we have to still go from Pacings up to Hollister is the next goal. Get up to Hollister and it's the same thing. Pull over after a while and put some more air in. And we get to Hollister and I was like, should I try and go home? But I'm looking at the tire and it was almost thread all the way around by this point. And I realized, we're not going to be limping this all the way to Santa Cruz. So I called Hollister Power Sports, our friends over there.
There you go.
Hey, what are the chances you have this size tire? They have it. I'm like, hey, can you put it on right now? They're like, get over here.
Oh, wow.
That's
great.
awesome.
Put some more air in, take off,
That's rad.
make it to Hollister Power Sports. They changed it for me like that. Got a brand new tire. So shout out to them because not a lot of shops carry all the sizes of tires anymore.
But it is quite a common size. And I mean, I
Yes.
carry, I always have in stock 120 fronts and 180, 190
Yeah,
rears.
it's like a 180, 5017, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had a good tire. And then Scottie and I get to just go around and look at bikes.
They had such a great assortment of Indians. That was
Yes.
so fun to see all
It's
of the
two halves of
Indians.
the shop. The Indian side and then the other side that is
It's like dirt bikes.
Honda, Kawasaki.
KTM.
No.
Yeah, I used to.
Yo,
No.
Hollister Power Sports is.
I didn't see very much orange
Oh,
stuff.
I'm
anymore.
thinking
No.
Gilroy Power Sports.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
that-
thinking
yeah,
Gilroy.
yeah.
No, Hollister's Indian, and I think they still do
Honda,
Honda.
Honda
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki, yeah.
They do the. Is it just Honda and Kawasaki? I thought they had.
I know they
and
do
Polaris.
those. They might have
Yeah.
some smaller stuff. They do the side by
No,
sides too.
Honda Kawasaki.
They did have some side by sides and things
That's
like
cool.
that.
They
Yeah.
stoked you out though. Got you back.
And then
on the
we
road.
helped sell a Honda Scrambler. There was a couple there looking to buy a bike.
They went with the other one, not the Scrambler.
Oh, the Rebel?
The
Yeah.
Rebel.
Oh, they did?
The Rebel 500, and they are going to be stoked.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, yeah, you should get that. And there was a salesperson there. It's just like, what are you two doing?
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question going back to the Fix-A-Flat whole thing.
Yeah.
So I was just talking to a friend of mine who commutes into work, experienced rider, rides a Concourse 1000 into work like an hour and a half every day. So, and is always dealing with flats. Comes in from the East Bay, and there's a product he started using that he's digging. That is, you put it in your tire, and it's
Oh, the beads?
it's a puncture sealer,
Yeah.
but it also will balance your tire.
I think it's the
Yeah,
beads.
there's lots of
Like a
sealants.
moose?
Sealants on the market.
But it's like a
too.
sealant plus a balancer, and I'm like, is that a good thing? And so he's like, so far it's great.
Well, the sealant's going to do that no matter what. The sealant's going to act like
It'll be like
it's a fluid.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a ton of those.
Because I always
worry
worry it'll unbalance your wheel.
I was thinking about
Spraying
that
that shit
too. I
in
think
there.
it matters how,
But apparently
how
not.
squishy
Like if
your
it gets really
suspension is.
cold out and the bike sits for a while and then there's a big lump of this stuff on one side of the wheel, maybe.
Okay. I don't know. But like I said, he can
get you home, though.
and he's digging it. But
You know, and if it's working for him,
It's working for
from
him.
from a mechanic standpoint. I always tend to be rather skeptical in like snake oil,
Right.
And you can't, you have to mechanically balance a motorcycle tire and blah 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 blah. But if it works for him, that's just great.
It was interesting looking at the bikes. Did you know that the Eliminator is back?
How big?
Kawasaki.
The 500.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, the Kawasaki Eliminator. Good little 500. Look, I think a good competitor for the Rebel 500.
Still a cruiser.
Yes,
Well,
but kind of
Eliminators-
tall. It's a tall cruiser.
Eliminators really never were cruisers. I mean, they were their
power
own thing.
cruiser.
It kind of occupied the same space as a VMAX. A VMAX is its own thing.
Right.
So,
And the Eliminators, and to a certain extent,
Like the Diablo. Diablo's the
the
same.
Magna.
well, but it's
The
just a 500cc.
The Magma.
Here's where
Same.
where I placed it. So this couple was looking at the Rebel 500 and then the Scrambler 500.
I'm going to have a look at the Kawasaki Eliminator.
which is basically the Rebel with just high pipes, and then but taller seat, and the Eliminator just kind of fell right in between. It looked kind of like halfway in between, like
Yeah.
the
It was like halfway in between a cruisery kind of thing and a
Between,
UJM
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
it was great.
Well, that's all.
too.
That's the place that Eliminators always were.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about Joanne's Eliminator, who used to come down here, it was basically a funny little cruiser thing with flat handlebars and a sport bike engine. That's what an Eliminator is. Oh, let's have a look at that.
yeah.
That's not a bad
But yeah, I didn't know
thing.
that they brought that back. So
They
that
had-
was cool bike, and they had the Honda 150. Is it XL 150?
Oh, I like it.
XR.
XL is street legal.
The one I was sitting on.
No, I like that.
The street legal one.
The one I was sitting on with the little luggage rack
Yeah,
thing on the back.
yeah.
Yeah. That was XL.
Yeah, and the ADV 150 scooter, which is so tempting, but Scotty was not tempted at all.
I kind of like the Eliminator better than the Rebel.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
It's a
good
good
I
looking
think-
bike.
I
Trellis
think it-
frame kind of thing.
I think it's a better looking bike. It's sort of, I find the Rebels kind of a little short and squat. That's got some nice length to
Yeah,
it.
it's almost a JDM, really.
Yeah, almost.
Well, and then after that, we went and had tacos and then came home. I was home by like 4, so...
Sounds good.
Yeah,
did-
we took some fun roads on the way home too.
What flavor?
Yeah, exactly.
What flavor?
Oh, yeah, we did that dirt road. We did that one time coming from San Juan Bautista, where you don't take 129, but instead you go on the other side of the quarry of the river, and you're just taking that back roads past the quarry.
Yeah.
From San Batista to Aromas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, in between there and like whatever San Juan.
But just
Road,
more
120.
good roads of like,
So
which way do you
cool.
want to go? But I didn't tell you, Scotty, what happened after that. So came home and had an hour or two before I was going to head over to award-winning Mike's. He invited Knock and I over to watch the fights in his garage. And so I just left the bike out in the parking lot. I'm like, I'll just take the bike there. Didn't look at the weather. Didn't realize when I came out to leave, it was raining. And I had just put on like jeans and sneakers, But then I'm like, I'm committed. So what? I want to get back on the bike.
Dang.
So I just hopped back on the bike in the rain. I'm like, how long does it take to get to Mike's? Well, turns out in the rain, it's really hard to see. And I didn't know Mike's address, but I'm like, I know it's just past the firehouse. And then you look for
Yeah.
like
It's
the
dark
van
out
or
there.
something. But anytime there was a car coming, I was absolutely blinded. Couldn't see. And so I go and I pass the firehouse and then I keep going. I'm like, I got to Hidden Valley Road. I'm like, pretty sure it's too far. Turn around, come back. And I come back and I'm getting blinded by cars again. And I get back to the firehouse. I'm like, how did I miss it again? And so I call him, what is your address? And then I made the mistake of lifting up my visor to
Nope.
try and see,
See your glasses.
and got
Yep.
my glasses wet. Now I'm blind on top of blind. And once again, I'm blinded by a car. So it turns out he had ordered pizza, and the pizza guy couldn't find the address. So he's going back and forth and
Just
turning
like
around
you.
just like at the opposite. So he's the one who kept blinding me every time I was passing the house. And then the last time he was parked in front of the driveway, and I was blinded and passed it.
Aha.
So I finally made it. But he's like, what's wrong with you? Riding in the rain. I'm like, biker shit. Like, I just wanted to get back on the bike. I had a good ride today. I was just feeling it. I didn't care about getting wet. So that's the end of my day. So that was a fun ride. But I also really enjoyed knowing that Scottie's a great person to problem solve with, and to get out of something. And just because you have something like a flat tire doesn't mean it's a damper on the ride. I think we both kind of perked up like, ooh, new adventure.
Right.
Yeah. Then I mentioned it yesterday. Our patron saint of adventure, Roald Amundsen, was the one who said, "Adventure is what happens when something goes wrong."
Exactly. I want to do, because Jim, I know you're going to leave soon. I want to do the game
Yeah.
because
I was just sending you and Emma a link to that tire sealant balancer thing.
Yeah,
But no,
I'd love
just-
to. No, I always love to look at these things and figure out what it's made of and why it does
I'm
what it does.
skeptical
and-
too, but
all right, we got a couple games to do, so let's do both of them. So let's start with the dueling porn pick.
Ooh,
Everybody get out your porn pick. So it's been a while since we played this game. Bagel, Raymond, and Emma will be the judges. Unless, Raymond, are you competing or are you judge?
I'll judge.
You judges.
I'll judge.
All right, so here's the criteria for the dueling porn pick. We have each gone on to Craigslist or Facebook, whatever. And I think most of us find ourselves scrolling through, just seeing what's for sale all the time, right? And I've been noticing prices have come down and there's deals again. Because for so many years, there weren't deals. We talked about our deals gone. This is something of the past. The deals are back.
deals are back.
Deals are back. I think a lot of this is because the shops got deliveries and now have surplus of bikes.
Right.
So there's not as many people buying used bikes, and so the prices have gone down. So here's the criteria. Let's see. John, Jim, Scottie, and I are all competing. We're going to present our bikes. The criteria is $1,500, and that $1,500 must include if it announces that it has back fees due. So this needs to be a clear
Or less.
clear bike. Yeah, or less. Exactly. And you have to say why you think your bike, because we didn't say best bike for a beginner or best bike for a flipper or a collector or whatever. So you need to say why your bike is the best for that reason.
And Emma is the ultimate arbiter of choice.
Well, and Raymond
And Raymond and Bagel.
and Bagel.
I will accept bribes. I'm sure that Raymond and Bagel are open to bribes as well if you want to be the winner.
Always.
Yeah, so I will go first.
I'll declare you a winner right now if you give me a crisp 20.
What?
who?
A crispy 20.
Oh,
You're cheap.
Okay, I found two different bikes, but I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna hold my ground on this one. I'm gonna try
State
and
your
sell. I'm gonna
case, Miss
I'm gonna sell
Liza.
it. All right. What I have found here is a 1963 Honda Super Cub 50cc.
We didn't pronounce it right straight away.
Super Cub.
Super Cub.
Super Cub. 1963. I believe that this bike is fully in the collectible era now. This is not a cheap bike for a starter rider.
Right.
But this can be for somebody who likes to collect bikes, something you can use around town for fun anyway. But this is a piece of history.
Right.
The Super Cub.
Okay.
Definitely. 1963. They're asking $1,450.
Okay.
And here's the description. This is an all original from Japan import for United States, California 105 Super Cub 50cc, 3-speed automatic, old pushrod motor, runs great, clean title, in very good shape, good tires, and everything works original with the turn signals that are rare. So this is a complete, and it has 1,300 miles on it.
Wow.
And it is brown. And I think this is a great entry for a collectible. If somebody wants to have a vintage bike,
Pooh Brown.
in Pooh Brown that is easy to work on.
Can I see that?
You can.
Cheers,
Can you
dear.
send me the link, Liza?
And what kind of condition is it in?
Actually, it's in great shape.
Yeah.
Is it
Running.
so clean?
Yeah, this is running complete.
Because those go for what, about $4,000 US dollars if they're looking really good.
I think if it's like
don't know about a
museum
50
quality.
though.
No.
Not quite that much.
I mean, and this is history, motorcycle history, the Super Cub.
This is
It is.
this is cheap because it's a terrible color.
I think the red and white is more common, or the blue and white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of all white ones which are spectacular.
But for
Yeah, I like that.
$1,500, you can get a running complete vintage bike that is easy to wrench on, and also you can still get parts for it.
Right. Okay.
That's
So
a bit
that
of
is-
rust, but
No,
That is my pitch.
You're right. The drawback though is that it'll only do 30 miles an hour.
Well, but yeah, I'll send you the link, Bagel.
Next.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone send your links to Bagel so he can review.
Next.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, who's next? Jim, you want to go?
All right, sure. Mine, I think it's let's see. What is it that looks like a handsome gray touring suitcase at one time and a mighty attractive piece of transportation at the other? Give
how
up.
can you not win?
Give up. Well, if you
Valmobile?
didn't know already, it's a Centaur. So has
What?
anyone heard of a
What?
Centaur?
Rings a bell.
So 1960 Centaur FS3 folding scooter.
Folding
wow.
scooter. Ooh, Bagel's gonna love that.
Now,
I
it-
probably have seen one of these before.
49cc Clinton engine. Do you know anything about the Clinton engines?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm more familiar with the
It-
Obama.
It did not
I was
have
gonna make a
relations
joke,
with
but it
that
was-
woman.
Exactly. Okay, so this is, I guess
yeah, does it leave a stain on your dress?
I can pass it around. Well, I'll pass it around in a second. So anyway,
Probably.
1960 Centaur FS3 folding scooter. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. So you want classic,
Wow.
vintage also.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Here,
That is
Ray,
very
Ray, can you read that?
That is very cool.
Ray, can you read the description?
Oh, super rare 1960
Into the mic.
Centaur FS3 folding scooter, built to be used by private aircraft pilots. Scooter folds into a rolling suitcase. Pilots would load the suitcase in their private plane, land at remote airstrips, assemble the scooter, and ride into town. Clinton motor runs but needs a crank seal. Super unique, nice condition.
All right.
Can I see
Just a
that?
crank seal.
Anyway, it just caught my eye because it looked like a fun thing. It was kind of unique. I hadn't seen it
to Bagel.
before. You know, and if you're going to start selling drugs in Colombia, you can pack it in your plane apparently quite easily. But I just like it was under, you know, it's a project kind of thing obviously, but it was under 1,500 and it just looked fun.
okay.
Something quirky, like yeah, fuck it, why not?
All right.
And how much are they asking?
1450.
All right.
Okay.
Looks like
All right.
Bagel's interested.
John, you want to go?
Sure. For your consideration, I have a. So, and I'll tell you why I picked this one. This is one of the ultimate.
Oh, come on, spit it out, man. Cat got it. Come on.
All right.
Cat got your tongue.
1973
Oh, another
Suzuki
Suzuki.
TS 185.
Okay.
So it's
Okay, a little dirt bike.
a little dirt bike. It's this guy's. It needs to be. It runs, but the motor is currently out, and the motor comes with it.
Motors. Is the motor ice?
And I know it runs because he has a video up here of it running. So
Well, yeah, the videos.
When he
the
bought it.
video's dated 1975. It's a home movies of my grandpa riding it when he was a young man.
there's a small problem with the crack in the oil pan, but JB Weld will fix it.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
So why I like this? And it's got
Detailed stuff.
a slightly roached seat, but we won't.
Okay, details.
Duct tape will fix that.
Detailed, darling.
But this is the ultimate vintage motorcycle days ride right here. I mean, cruising around mid Ohio with this.
Can I see it?
Seeping
No
oil
seat?
everywhere.
Oh dear God!
It's I didn't say the price. $750.
Oh,
Well, that gives you plenty. That gives you plenty of money.
That's a bargain.
You have budget.
I don't know. I mean, I like it.
I know for $750, you probably could walk away with it for $400.
Very cool.
Maybe.
All right.
What do you think?
Do you want to see it? Any more?
I've got one.
I think we're just doing
All
one.
right, yeah, go for it.
All right.
All right. And do you know how to send it to Bagel?
No.
Okay.
I can show it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Is it Craigslist?
It is Craigslist.
All right. I'll try and look that up. All right. What'd you find?
I have found a 1962.
Oh, we're all going.
Wow. I thought.
Yeah, we all found old ones. Yeah. Honda 305 Dream.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Nice.
It looks fun. For $1,250, they're selling a complete running, clean title
Ooh.
Honda 305 Dream with a bunch of extra parts
Wow.
that are not pictured, like a tank.
And where is it located?
Is this Fresno?
Half Moon Bay.
Huh.
Oh,
close.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There's one in
Not bad.
Fresno for $1,400.
Wow. Maybe that one comes with the tank in the picture.
Yeah.
1,200.
$1,250.
Cool. Not
Yeah.
a bad deal. Running, titled, clean. That's pretty sweet.
Can I see that, please?
Yeah, I don't see that one, so I can't send it to you, Bagel. All right, so that's interesting because, I went vintage just thinking collectible, but I was looking at like sport bikes and cruisers, and we all seem to go vintage. So I think it's really going to come down for you guys to decide best investment. Would you say? I don't think anyone's really buying a vintage bike for use. Like you, John, you're not pitching that dirt bike so you can go out to Hollister on it, right?
No, but I wouldn't.
It's having a piece of history, right?
I'd ride it around a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, piece of history. You can have fun,
Yeah.
and invest, and maybe fix up and
Something fun to
and
wrench
tinker
on.
on it and wrench on it, and maybe even restore it a little bit more. So they're all under $1,500. Do you need a recap?
No.
Oh, well, do you need to get Bagel and Raymond's opinions, or have you made up your mind?
No.
No.
No what?
No, I mean, I know what I'm kind of leaning towards.
Me too.
So I'll go through the two. I know the two that I'm rejecting.
Uh-oh.
And I think Bagel will agree. But feel free to chime in.
Oh, I think I'm still in it.
As much as I like the Dream, that is rough.
Yeah.
And I have seen bikes that come out of Half Moon Bay, and that thing is going to be far uglier than it looks
Rusty.
in the picture.
Yeah. It's
And
hard
as
to tell from the
charming,
picture just how bad it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, they only have one picture too.
it's a one picture. It's a distant shot.
Yeah.
As funky a bike as that is, it's never going to be something that you'd be able to truly
the
enjoy
same?
because it looked like hell.
No, I always look for those ads that have like one bad picture. It's grainy. It's from far
Yeah,
away.
right.
Things are misspelled. Because if I go to the trouble to actually go and look at it, there's
You're gonna
a
get
1
it.
in 10 chance it's way better than it looks on the internet.
I don't think it's that bike. Do you agree with me?
I agree. Yeah.
What do you think, Bagel?
Well, Jim didn't send me the link. I was going to say
I
that
just sent
Dream
it to
sounded
you.
like a pretty good deal.
Well, this is the Dream.
I'm
We're
sorry.
talking about
Well,
Scottie's
wait. Who had the Dream?
Me.
Scottie.
Scottie did.
Scottie. Oh, okay. So I didn't get the link for the Dream, but
No, I
the
didn't
Dream
send it to
is
you.
pretty rough. You're saying, Emma?
Yeah, it's ugly.
It's impossible. Yeah.
And the
Okay.
same,
It's really good.
the same applies to that TS 180. My God!
Oh, don't kick out my
the-
TS.
The Suzuki is definitely a project.
It's a huge. So we're
that's-
left
It,
with.
I think it has the potential to be a good bike, and that's not a bad deal for $750. You might be able to get them down.
No,
like
I was going to
Contest.
say you might
You
even
can get it for 5 or 4.
500 and then throw
You
a
could
bit of
probably
money
get it
at
for
it.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're left with the two.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh, 63 Super Cub.
so we're,
Dude, mine goes in
And
an
the Centaur.
airplane.
we're left
How do you beat
And you
that?
can put your clothes in it.
That's pretty cool.
we're left with the Super Cub or the
Centaur.
the Centaur.
Can I make another
Centaur.
pitch? What? I think that the Centaur is gimmicky and interesting, but not going to be in a museum.
Not historically significant.
Well, none of
Not
these things are,
historically
like-
significant.
it
No,
doesn't have to
the
be
Super
historically
Cub is
significant.
historically
Yeah,
significant.
yeah.
Hang on.
It doesn't have to be historically significant to be a good use of $1,500.
Yeah.
But, well. First of all, it's not even 1,500. It's 1,450, and there's room where you might be able to negotiate down. You might be able to get it for 12,
Yeah.
and it
Can't
needs
use
a crank
mites in a
seal.
competition.
Right now, it needs a crank seal, and
Yeah.
there might be other seals that it needs to.
Right.
You never know.
But essentially, that's a lawnmower engine.
It is, but it would be awesome to have that at Mid Ohio.
And I'm kind of, I hate to
And-
say this, I'm with Bagel, and I don't know how you feel, Raymond.
And here's the thing: if you wanted to, you could buy that probably for $1,200. Take it to Mid Ohio and more than double your money.
That's
Oh,
true.
Easy. But
Easily.
even without that, as much as I like the Cub, if you show up at, say, here's the arbiter. If you show up at the Hollister Rally and you show up on the Cub, people are going to go, there is a Pooh Brown Honda Cub. And that's the end of that. If you show up on that Centaur,
Right?
What is that?
Totally.
Tell me all about it.
I'm going for the
See?
Centaur.
Yep.
I'm going for the Centaur.
See, that's
And when you
because
park
everybody
it,
sees
you fold it
that.
up into a
But I
suitcase.
tell you what, for the different reason, if that Cub was a better color, it would be a no-brainer. But that's number one. That's why it's so cheap, and number two, why it hasn't sold. If that was a black one or a white one or a blue one or certainly a red one, it would have sold like that.
And how hard would it be, or how expensive would it be to
change
paint
the
it?
color.
Well, I think now it becomes I don't think it's particularly expensive, but
Well, it's
then
original.
you've got to
Then it
be
wouldn't be
careful.
original.
It stops being an original bike.
Right.
Yeah.
And it has more value, because of the originality for
So-
somebody who's interested in that.
Right.
So so it's kind of an Achilles heel and not, but the thing too is that because it's a 50cc, I think that does also limit its value.
It does
Yeah,
a
that's
little
true.
bit because when I bought the Thunderbird, I looked at quite a few of them, and I can tell you that back in the early 60s, these cars came in some pretty wacky colours. Not good colours either. And unfortunately, it seems like the bad colours are the ones that lasted. And I saw one, and I really liked the car, but it was the colour of rice pudding. And I told the guy that, and I said, I love your car, but I don't think I can live with the colour. And he's like, it's funny you should say that. He said, I've always hated the colour of this car, but I keep it around because it's original. And, it would have been the easiest thing in the world to paint it beautiful metallic blue or white or something. But then it wouldn't be original.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the same with that Cub. That is a Pooh Brown Honda Cub, and it is always going to be a Pooh Brown Honda Cub. But that's Centaur.
That suitcase will do 40 miles an hour.
A 40-mile-an-hour suitcase.
You don't even need a license.
You
we gotta
could
race
get
it
in.
against Knox Nightmare.
You could get into dices with Yamaha C3s, beat them, and go,
Oh,
suck
you blow
on
them
my
out of the water."
tailpipe, sucker! No, I like it just for the sheer unusuality
Yeah.
of it.
Just the novelty. Yeah.
You
You got to go to
It's really
Crenshaw
cool.
to get it. But
And it's in nice shape,
where is
too.
Crenshaw?
It looks
LA.
beautiful.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations, Jim.
No, but they were all great choices in their own right. The TS would have been great fun. And you know what? Just mechanically doing an old 305 Dream and just tooling around on it as a rusty old Dream would be quite
good
fun.
looking.
Just curious,
Yeah,
I
good
mean, now that I concede, you won. My other option, would I have had a shot with this brightly colored FCR 600R?
Oh, God, yes. Let me see that thing.
See, that's all I should
Because
remember
it's
that.
90s,
You out
right?
of here, Jim?
I'm taking off, yes.
All right, see ya.
See you, Jimmy.
Adios.
Bye, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, on the same vein of second choices, would I have had a shot with a '69 Harley Davidson scooter?
Oh, wait, that's
Oh,
what the
topper?
topper is.
No,
No.
this one's not a topper.
Oh,
What is it?
It's a 1969 Harley Davidson scooter. It comes with a front tire. Doesn't have a back
See?
one. Doesn't have a seat. It's a project for $1,300 in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
I didn't know they made another scooter.
Oh,
This
What
might
is
be something
that?
that is misidentified.
who knows what this
Is
thing
it
is?
Naramaki or something?
Wait, it's not the golf cart, the Harley Davidson golf cart. I saw somebody listed a
look like a
Harley
golf cart.
Davidson
Like a
golf
motorcycle
cart.
to me.
Toss it. Yeah, toss.
This is on Craigslist?
Yes, it's on Craigslist
Oh.
in Coeur d'Alene,
Bagel,
Idaho.
it looks kind of like your moped.
Is it a three-wheeler?
No, it is a two-wheeler, and it looks like a bicycle with a gas tank, but like a woman's
Oh, I've
Step
not-
through.
step
bicycle.
through with a gas tank bolted
It is
on.
also the best color. Poo
Here,
brown.
pound that.
Is that poo brown too?
It is.
Trade,
It's very,
trade,
very
here.
poo brown.
Take a look at that. Ugh.
So this was my alternate.
Oh God, it is, isn't
All
it?
right.
Poo brown.
I also got a 2004 KTM 520 for $1,500.
Oh,
Really?
what's wrong with it? Let's go.
It says good to fair condition. It needs a new home. Haven't been riding, but it's good and fast. It's in Santa
We
Cruz
all
too.
had alternatives. Emma, what is
Wait,
that?
who is it? Do we know
Okay.
that?
It's not a scooter. Though.
Darren Michael
The
Tashi.
Harley?
I like
the
that.
Harley-
I like
think
that
that's a
little
Harley
Harley
Hummer.
Davidson. That thing's cute as a bug's ear.
Yeah, I think that's a Harley Hummer. I think that's what that is.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, getting on to the next subject, I wanted to share something. It's hard to talk about, but I know that people appreciate when you will talk about things that are hard to talk about.
Your explosive diarrhea.
No, yours.
Is that from the seafood tower?
It's the sea bugs flying out.
Incidentally, I've got to share this because I think it is the greatest story in the world. Did you hear, and this is absolutely true, that the Spearmint Rhino in Gentleman's Club in Fresno was one of the pole dancers during a performance dropped a 9-inch log on the stage. And instead of ending her career, the demand has gone through that particular girl. I think it is the greatest thing. And her career has absolutely taken off. And she's become the most requested stripper in the whole club.
Good for her.
What news channel do you watch?
Yeah. How do you find these stories?
I don't know. They just appear on my newsfeed. I'm sorry, but it's. I went to Snopes, and it's verifiable. It actually happened.
That is a Cinderella story if I've ever heard one.
Oh, isn't that great?
fabulous, yeah.
Imagine having a burrito and like, oh, halfway through your performance, you've become the most.
So obviously
requested-
she's going commando.
Yes. Well, I think that's a prerequisite. Sorry. Okay. Carry on, Liza.
So something that was in my mind recently, when Scottie first asked me, do I want to go for a ride? And first said, do you want to go to Hollister Hills? And I was like, well, I haven't ridden the dirt bike in a while. And I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel like that's something that my body wanted to do. And I actually got me thinking about this and wondering if my dirt riding days are behind me, because you should be excited to go riding, right? Oh my God, Emma, are you looking at pictures of poos?
No, I was showing that.
I am
There's the article.
spilling my heart, and you're laughing at scat news.
Spill your heart, Liza.
Come on, it's a 9-inch turd.
Oh my God. So, but I started wondering, like, I wonder if my dirt days are behind me. And as becoming somebody who's aging, I'd always thought I'll always ride, and never thought about not wanting to ride.
Well,
It becomes
hang
tougher.
on. Yeah, so I don't want you beating yourself up too much over this yet. But anyway, carry on.
And I just thought, dirt biking is not as much fun because there's more risk of falling, and just tipping over. I'm more likely to be injured now.
Yes, that's
Right?
true.
And I just was really thinking about that. I'm like, wait, do I want to be that person who's just not enjoying riding and backing off on types of riding? Already, I don't ride as aggressive. I don't go into corners as fast. Because my gut goes like, huh, in turns.
And
I'm like, where did this come from?
That's a normal part
This
of
is-
aging.
part of aging, and this is part of your survival instincts. But my head is like, whoa, what was that? What's going on? And my gut's like, slow down. And my head's like,
Which
what?
bike are you riding, Liza?
Huh?
Which bike are you riding?
Well, just on any of my bikes. My gut doesn't like the feeling of leaning into the turn anymore. But my head is like, what? You've done this for decades. You know the tire can hold. What's the problem? And I get into this argument between my head and my gut, right?
Right.
And so I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, is this the type of thing that you need to push through? And do you fight it? Or as you're becoming an aging rider, do you just accept these things?
I think there's a third option.
What's that?
Which is?
So I think the third option is to really use it as a wake-up call to make sure that you are using all your faculties to their greatest advantage. There are things that happen to you when you get older, and there's absolutely no way of getting around it. Your reaction time slows down. Your eyesight, your ability to differentiate between depth perception, light and dark, does change. As you get older, your eyes basically become darker. You need more light to perceive details in any current situation. Your body is actually changing. I mean, your upper body and lower body strength is changing.
But interestingly enough, riding on a flat tire, I was completely comfortable with. Riding blind in the dark with wet glasses, I was completely comfortable with that. It's like...
Which leads me
weird.
to believe that your problems actually aren't fear-based. They're based in the reality of being older. My riding has changed as I've gotten older. And a couple of years ago, really after I wrecked that Trident, I had a long talk with myself and I said, look, what can you do? What can you do well and what can't you do? And I altered my riding to suit what I could do best and tried to eliminate what I couldn't do. And as you will see, I'm not a slow rider, but I actually ride in a very, very different methodical way now. And I plan it. Yes, I've got the same niggling feeling as you, that if I wreck at a high speed, there's a very good chance I'm not going to make it out the other side.
I'm more afraid of a low speed than a high speed.
Right. Well, low speeds hurt plenty.
Either way.
But I think you should use it rather than just say, woe is me. Just say, okay, let's review what I'm good at.
Well, that's why I'm trying to figure out if this is a type of thing where do I need to just go take a class and refresh and get confidence back, or do I just accept it? But also where it was really bothering me is it's part of my identity of doing all these types of writing. And to say to myself, like, probably not going to go on a track again. I don't see that happening. I sold the adventure bike because I'm like, I don't think adventure riding is for me. And I'm kind of whittling down. I will tell you the one thing that seems more appealing to me now is long distance riding.
There you go. So focus on that.
Long distance riding. I am more than happy just sitting in the seat and slabbing it.
Let's do another LA trip very soon.
Yeah. Well, but I wonder too if Ray may be going through something similar, because Ray the other week, you said something to me.
Yeah, no, I think it is very similar. I think to me, what prompted the sort of the angst was, one, my crash in Baja 2 years ago,
right,
where I busted my knee and it took a long time to recover.
You crashed your GS and you got a new
GS
one.
Adventure, and I got a new one immediately because I always thought that that's the best way to deal with it, is to just go back up on the horse.
I remember that crash vividly, Ray, because it wasn't just the physical damage. I mean, your self-confidence took a pounding as well, because you really felt you were out of your depth.
Yeah.
And I don't think you were. I think you were with the wrong group of people. But nevertheless,
well, but just to put it in contrast, the people that I mean, most of the people I was with were very accomplished riders, and they had no problem riding the deep sand like I did. So that already kind of put me at ill ease that why wasn't I able to do it? Particularly that a few months before I did the Moab trip with my 690, and I was doing fine in the sand. So I thought sand has always been my nemesis, and I thought I had overcome that. But then I had this crash, and it was 2 crashes actually. It was one on the left, one on the right, just following each other. So until the bike pretty much, I mean, my foot gave up and I couldn't ride the bike anymore. So anyway, so there was that. Then I got rear-ended on my sidecar 3 months later, and I wasn't injured, but my dog died and the sidecar got destroyed. And so that also kind of reinforced this.
Can I jump in? So you have, how many bikes do you have?
Right now, 3.
All right, so you had the Ural.
Yeah.
You still have your BMW GS. You still have your
GS,
690 Enduro. And what's
and
the other
Vespa.
bike? And the Vespa. Okay. But the bike that you always show up on is the GS.
Yeah, I mean...
and your gear...
Yeah.
And all the accessories, like, you're the adventure guy.
Well, I've been doing adventure riders since the 90s, before there was even a term for it.
And I was wondering if your identity is an adventure rider, and when you said, I don't know, I was thinking maybe selling my GS, and is that hard for you to say I'm not the adventure guy anymore?
Yeah, no. So I was struggling with that. I mean,
yeah.
But and the other thing is, in my mind, I was an adventure rider, but it was always something that I was kept postponing. Like, you know, I was gonna get more training. I was gonna have more time to do these international rides. Maybe go down to South America. I listen to Adventure Rider Radio. I read all the Motorcycle Traveler books and stuff like that. And it keeps getting postponed. And then all of a sudden I realized, well, hold on a second here. I'm getting older. My knees are in pain. My back is in pain. I don't think I can do this, you know? So the postponing part was actually not a good thing. Instead of doing these rides when I was younger, I kept thinking, oh, it's going to happen in the future. And now the future is here, and I'm just realizing, well, I might not be fit enough.
Well,
no,
hang on. Can I turn that around?
Sure.
Because you found yourself in the company of very accomplished, very fast riders.
Yeah. I mean...
And... maybe rather than say, I am not an adventure rider anymore, choose your company a little more carefully.
Well, sure. I mean, this was not something that I did on purpose. It's just,
like
a company that I hired, and it so happened. And I'm not, I don't ride over my limit. I am a very defensive rider. So I wasn't riding very fast, which in that case might not have been the right thing to do.
But I think it was the conditions that you found yourself in. And, you know, I see it as a chain of circumstances of being in a group which may not have been the best group for you, in road conditions that have proven to be your nemesis.
Yeah.
And yourself being put in a not great state of mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because, I've crashed before off-road. So I've off-roaded for a long time, and I've had many crashes, and none of them, for some reason, impacted me like this. And I think the way I look at it is maybe it is age, you know, and because then I got the new GS and I started riding it off-road, and every time I go on it, it feels like this huge elephant that I'm on, that this thing that, you know, I can't control, that if I lose in a fraction my focus and something happens quickly, that I won't be able to get it back under control. So that's the thing that always goes through my mind. When I'm on the 690, it doesn't feel as bad.
I'm gonna let out a secret, and it's a hell of a thing to say, but it's absolutely true. And anybody who says otherwise is a damn liar. As you know, I used to drive very, very large buses, and these are the big 60-seat 3-axle buses. 80 miles an hour, fast lane. Any driver, no matter how experienced they are, only has tentative control over those things.
Yeah.
And you can be the greatest driver in the world, but when things go south, you're done.
Yeah.
Because there is so little control over them. It's almost like the elephant analogy is fine. You're sitting on this incredibly fast elephant.
Yeah.
And it's great as long as you're doing what elephants do, which is plod along.
Yeah.
But if it stumbles, if it turns, if it twists, there's no going back from that.
I think your comment about who you ride with is important.
No, and I think so. I think all you need to do is, as you get older, Ray, you need to pick the terrain you ride in carefully. Do your research. Say, look, I mean, if it's heavy sand, let's pick another trip.
Yeah.
Well, or I think your elephant analogy carries, because riding a big, heavy GS in sand is a very different thing than riding your
absolutely.
690.
No, absolutely.
Well, and I was going to say, I'm not as psyched about going to ride dirt. Even just riding the gravel is fun, exploring, but just every turn, my body's like, But then my mind is like, this is so cool. We're exploring. Hi, cow, and this is great. My body's like, hill, But when I'm in Pakistan riding those little bikes,
they're confidence inducing.
I don't have any issue at all. And I ride those things like a goat up the hills, and I go and I look for the hairpin turns, and I love riding on the edge of the cliff, because the smaller bike, I don't have any of those fears or issues.
Yeah. And that's what I meant when I said I might sell the GS. The reason was sell it to get something that's
just
lighter.
a tiny bit smaller. Now, let me run something by you. You know me as well as anybody else, Liza.
Yeah.
And you've been on rides with me many, many times. Why do you think I have Rufus in my garage and not an old GS 1000 or a KZ 1000 or a KZ 1300? Why do you think that is? I mean, GS 1000's far more of my identity, or a GS 1150. It's far more of my identity than Rufus.
I assume you're just attracted to the bike. You're motorosexual.
It's probably a little more controllable and better.
You got it.
Yeah.
Do I really want to fight a
Right.
600-pound monster?
Right.
Rufus, it's lighter weight, it's easier to control, it's got plenty of power, it's got all the things, and it's an easier package for me to manage as a 62-year-old woman than sitting on an old fire-breathing monster from the 70s where every ride you're fighting it.
Well, I mean, so after, I think I have my dates correct, but after I crashed in Baja, I did the Nepal trip on a Himalayan 450.
And
we did some
time.
gnarly stuff, and no issues whatsoever,
So what did you learn? What have you learned from this is, rather than just say, okay, this is it, company you keep, make sure,
for sure.
terrain,
Horses
and just
for courses.
choose a motorcycle. I mean, there's not much that is larger than a GS. I mean, unfortunately, through circumstances I'm not sure whether it's for Castles and Curves or the Dolomites trip, they've run out of F900Rs. So I'm going to be stuck on a 1300 GS. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, well, the 1300 is smaller, and I have a GSA, so that's
you've
why
got the
also it
biggest
feels
of the
so
big.
So, and I think for me, of everything I just explained, the Niken has been great because it is confidence building, and I can go back
it's a brilliant
and
bike.
be a little more aggressive in the turns and have that confidence. Raymond, I think, trying another bike, because I don't think that we just overnight change. This is like slowly tapering off, where we're going through this change of what we're comfortable doing. So I think changing the bikes that we're on that to compensate for that, just like Emma said with Rufus, it compensates, gives you a little bit easier control. Have you tried the 890?
No, I want to. That is definitely
try the 890 Adventure.
Yeah.
I think it will give you all the feelies and the control with a lot less weight. If you truly want to go off road, great. But the 890, the S,
right,
just for riding on streets.
And again, when I
wow.
mentioned this, I don't have the feeling that I have is not when I'm doing street riding. I don't have any issues with street riding.
Right.
It's only when I hit the dirt that it kind of.
But all the
starts
manufacturers know that. I mean, if the manufacturers didn't know this, there would be no Tenere 700. There would be no Tiger 800 and 900.
Yeah.
There would be, no. I'm trying to think. 890.
Yeah.
None of these middleweight adventure bikes would exist if the manufacturers didn't know. I mean, these things are a handful. A Tenere is a giant bike.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a lot of it.
Triumph Explorer 1200, 1300 now.
Yeah.
Monstrous bike.
Yeah.
So what I like riding with the folks that we ride with, Scottie is certainly one of them, is there's no shame in just saying, you know what, I'm tapping out for this section. And that's been important for me
absolutely.
as I grow. The second is, the KLR. I get it, but I don't care about dropping that thing. Yeah. So it takes away that, like, I'm not on a $30,000 motorcycle. I don't care if I just got to drop it. Big deal. The DRZ is the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think what I like is I took away that sort of money component of it. Like, shit, if I drop this thing, it's going to cost me $1,000 to get it.
Yeah.
Or I got to pick that thing up.
Yeah.
So
that's the biggest.
So that's one of the reasons I like sort of what I got right now.
Well, and just to make clear, I never go off-roading by myself on the GSA.
Yeah.
So that's like
But
a no-brainer right there.
when you said, I'm thinking of selling it, I think you should listen to your instincts.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because that's why, and it got me, your comment got me thinking
Yeah.
and about my situation. And like, yeah, your instincts are changing as you get older.
Yeah, I've always been a GS guy. I've had all the GS.
But that's why I was wondering if you were struggling because of that identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the GS guy is a whole identity of itself.
And it's funny though, because my 1200 GS, the one that I crashed on, I had bonded with. I mean, seriously. I mean, you know how it is. There's a bike and it's your bike and you identify with it. The 1250, it's not growing on me. That was part of the other reason. I don't feel that attachment,
If you want to keep being the GS guy, would you get a smaller GS?
I could. I've always been a Boxer fan, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Try the triple. Try the Triumph.
Yeah. I've had the Speed Triple. I like the Triumph. So I mean, there's choices. There's the Aprilia,
Sure there are.
Touareg. There's
Try the 890.
Or the
Try the 890.
the Moto Guzzi.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well, this actually parlays into kind of the next topic I wanted to bring up. And this came from, I believe it was motorcyclist.com. Let me double check. They did an interesting article on bikes that people regretted owning.
Not regretted selling, regretted buying.
Yes.
yeah, I got a few of those.
Yeah, it was bikes that people regretted owning, and I'm wondering if anyone here has a bike that they've ever not bonded with, regretted owning.
Yeah.
Oh, I have.
There's a list of worst bikes ever, and we're not necessarily talking about that. I mean, there certainly have been bikes that are on a lot of people's worst bike list. But I'm just wondering if everyone here has a bike that they're just regretted owning. Can anyone think of one?
Yep.
My Javel, my Ducati Javel, for sure.
Oh yeah, the Javel. Why did you regret that?
Well, I still think it's a lovely looking bike. It's a gorgeous bike. It's just a very focused bike, and I never felt joy riding it. I felt joy looking at it, but I never felt joy riding it. It was always snatchy at low RPMs. It just really liked open roads and wide roads. It didn't like being ridden in the traffic and stop and go stuff. And because it has a small tank, the range was 100 miles. It wasn't really meant for long distance, but which is what is really wanted to do. So it was this odd bird, and I stopped riding it. I mean, I only had 6,000 miles on it when I sold it, and it was 10 years old. I couldn't sell it. It took me 6 years to sell it. So
Yeah. I got two. So
I'm trying to think of
one is I picked up a Harley, And let me just say, if I'm going to say anything, these could be wonderful bikes for certain people.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this
yeah.
is not a criticism of the bikes per se. It's the choice. So I had an 883 Harley, and it wasn't for me. It was underpowered, crummy handling, good sound. But it just was, so I flipped that as soon as I could. The other was probably for a similar reason as your Diavel, the R9T.
Oh, really?
Loved that bike. Loved the boxer engine.
Yeah.
But very focused. You couldn't take it anywhere. There's no real good way to put any bags on it. It was beautiful to look at, but not like something I wanted to. It just wasn't versatile enough.
Yeah.
I think that you had that bike when we first hung out.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
funny
I
because I've thought about buying an R9T for a long time, but I had the same sort of restraints about it.
And the roadsters are hard because they're really made for one thing, just for zipping around town or,
Emma, how about you?
I've never had a bike I've regretted, and I can say that hand on heart. I've always tried to look for redeeming features in motorcycles, even supposedly terrible ones. I'm going to paraphrase actually Archbishop Tutu. And
wow.
Archbishop
Only you, Emma.
Desmond Tutu, one of his most famous things he said, if you look for the good, things will often seem better. And it's very much a paraphrase of what he said. But if you actually look for redeeming features in things, oftentimes the things that you hate kind of get pushed by the wayside. And if you turn that around, you think of somebody you don't like.
Yeah.
Right? You really dislike this person. They can be in the supermarket buying frozen peas. Look at the way they're buying those frozen peas. I hate that fucker. So it's kind of like the opposite of that. If you look for the smallest amount of good in anything, and I've had some terrible on paper bikes. I had this lovely thing called a Cossack Voskhod. And a Cossack Voskhod is a 175cc twin-cylinder two-stroke made by Soviet bloc in the early 70s. Quality control was not good. But, it was a charming old thing in its own way. So,
I guess if you work on the bike and you know your way around bikes, that sort of alleviates a lot of these problems.
But motorbikes, by their nature, there is no such thing as a wretched motorcycle that simply doesn't have any redeeming features. You've just got to look a little harder to find them.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a half a regret.
half?
The second C70 Passport that I picked up for free in September, just because I need the space in my shop.
So,
Talk to you about that later.
I have one.
Sure.
So, and Emma, you may remember this. This is a bike that I had lusted after since the 80s.
I know what you're going to say.
I think I know too.
And a bike that had been on my list for decades. And, when you're younger, there are new bikes that, you can never afford, but you say, one day I will own this, right? And that bike was a Kawasaki Concourse.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
I just thought they were so cool looking.
I thought you were going to say the CX, the turbo.
It's
No. I never regretted buying that. I continued it on its journey. That was okay. No. I
remember the Concourse.
The Concourse 1000, I just thought they were beautiful design bikes. I love the profile. Sport touring bike. It had that tiny little backrest that was perfectly proportionate. And I had an opportunity years ago when a friend had a used one that he had fixed up. And I had my beautiful CB70 Cafe Racer with the engine that had been rebuilt improperly that was dead in the water. And so we decided to trade. And I'm like, sure, I got a CB750 sitting here.
Yeah, I don't think anybody remembers seeing that CB. I do. It's gold frame.
Yeah, that was a ground up build that I did.
Yeah.
And then I sent the motor to somebody who built it.
And built it wrong.
And
They're tricky engines to build.
Yeah, it was just puking oil out of it. And then they went out of business.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, so I was like, well, I got this bike just sitting in the corner. It looks pretty. I'll trade it for something I can actually ride and check that concourse off my list. And so I got it. And, well, the first sign was he had fixed it up and he had rattle canned it.
Oh.
And then I noticed that there were some things held in with drywall screws.
Oh.
And I'm like,
screws.
Damn.
yeah, so it wasn't like a great condition, but it was all together and running. And a few of us went out for a ride, and I just remember riding, and it felt like a whale. Felt heavy.
Yeah.
It kind of, things rattled when I hit bumps, and I was just like, nope. And I took it back, and I disassembled it into pieces. And then I started modifying it, and then I sold it to someone for $200.
You're going to turn it into a bobber or something.
I was going to just turn it into some Mad Max machine because I'm like, nope, I don't like this bike at all. I'm just going to strip it down, make it a project bike, and then I never finished it. $200. Somebody got a bike that was in pieces. But for me, that was just one of those bikes that I had lusted after for so many years. Never rode one, and then I ride it, and I went, nope.
Ew.
Yeah. Did you go, Scottie, yet?
No, I was waiting for Bagel.
Well, Bagel just went.
Bagel just went, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went.
Yeah. It's not a bad bike, but it was the wrong bike for me at the time. I had a 1989 Yamaha FZR 600.
Okay.
It's a fine bike.
Yeah,
I got it. It was used. It was a sport bike. I was 19. And that was the problem. I wasn't the right rider for that bike. It wasn't the right bike for me. If there was, one bike that I really think was a mistake, that was that one, because I ended up crashing it a bunch of times, fixing it a bunch of times. I never really got injured badly on it, but yeah, that was a poor choice.
I want to say, Emma, you missed it. We had two new young gentlemen come into the shop today who'd heard about us. They got some free gear, and I was really proud of them, because a lot of people get their first bike. They're two UCSC students. A lot of people get their first bike. They try and get something that they think is going to impress people. Oh yeah, I'm going to get a Gixxer, and
Get a sick Gixxer.
because they think they need, or I'm going to get a Harley. They need to, they're buying their way into the cool kids club. These two guys showed up, one on a KTM Duke 200.
That's a great little thing.
And the other one on a Scarabeo
Oh, really?
50, a Scarabeo
Oh, wow.
50.
Oh, nice.
With a nice little basket on the back,
The Scarabeo 50s are good little buddies.
And they both said, this is their new riders' first bikes. And I'm like, I'm proud of you. You both got small bikes that are just fun to do the job, to get around town. And they're out riding around together on the Duke and the Scarabeo
That
scooter.
sounds like such a blast.
I know. And I'm like, this is great. Especially the Duke 200. There's hardly anyone buys it because it's the kid's bike, or it's, a learner's bike. No, they didn't care. They just bought bikes that were appropriate for them for getting around town. And I thought that these are smart kids. So that was really cool to see them there.
Yeah.
Smarter than I was.
And I know somebody who rode from Texas to California in a Scarabeo 50
Oh, really?
back in the day. Yes, absolutely.
So I'm curious if there's other riders out there who are, I'm calling it going through the change. I'm thinking of calling Reg Cottrell, bringing him back down here again. Because it's hard to, I'm literally, my head is fighting against my gut. Like, my comfort levels are changing, and I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm just...
You got to adjust.
I'm struggling. Do I just accept that? And what's
Might
the end
need
game
to.
here? When I'm 70, am I going to be on a Rebel 250? What's the end game here?
It's like a full circle.
But so what if you are?
Well,
Yeah, I think that's
You'll be on the
that's the
Can-Am.
attitude.
It's fine.
you know what? Right now, I am feeling like the Niken and the Triumph might be good old age bikes.
Yeah. Or a
I think those are
sidecar.
bikes
There
I
you
can grow old with.
I mean,
Yeah, I think the Nikon caught me out a couple of times when I rode it at very, very low speeds. And I thought, bloody hell, this is heavy. The Triumph is just such a darling
Yeah, I love
thing.
the
It
Triumph.
is so sweet.
I'm kind of thinking that's my old
Yeah.
age bike.
It certainly could be.
We'll see. So yeah, let us know if you are, having. I'm calling it a crisis of identity, but it is hard, right? You're a GS guy. Is there? What is life like? And even I think even you say like the GS 12 or 1250 people. GS 850, that's not real. That's not part of the real. I mean,
well, the GS for me was always the Boxer engine.
I know.
that's,
It's part of that identity. So I'd like to hear from other people if how they've handled it, what they've gone through. I mean, certainly people when they have a child, a lot of people go through something like that. Like, oh, I got to turn it down.
It's partly why I bought that 83. Because my son was young.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's.
I wanted to slow down.
I guess it's interesting to look at the evolution of a biker, and as we change, and accepting that, it's okay, right? If you don't have a GS, you're okay by me.
Well, I had a stint where I didn't have a stint of 10 years where I had the 950 KTM Adventure and then the 1290 Adventure. So I did have that sort of dry desert.
Yeah, but I think the scenario you need to avoid, Ray, and to a lesser extent you need to avoid, Liza, is to continue on an unsustainable path and then just get frustrated with the whole exercise and say, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I mean...
And that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm a GS guy, so all I'm going to do is ride Boxer engine GSs. Well, that's all well and good. But if you get to the stage where it becomes such an exercise in frustration, you may say, oh, I'm giving up biking. If I can't do the GS, I'm done.
Yeah.
Well, you can always buy a Harley trike.
Oh no!
Sidecar. I can always put a sidecar on the
Listen.
GS.
Goldwings have horizontally opposed engines, so
There, you can
I
get a
haven't
Stella with a
ridden
sidecar
a
too.
trikey since I was 3, and I'm not going to now.
All right. Well, we got a bunch of emails to get to, and as we said, what makes a successful ride?
getting
Food.
home safe.
No. The food.
Yeah,
Live to
stuff
ride,
and
ride to
I
eat.
agree.
And we had
Absolutely.
asked people to send in their live to ride to eat. So I have one here. If anyone else has one queued up. So this one is from Jeremy, who says, hello again, gang, from
Jeremy.
wintry old New Hampshire. Your podcast is, as always, providing the invaluable service of keeping motos on my mind and in my heart as I stare out at several inches of blowing snow and cold temps.
Oh, boo!
In the summer months, any excuse to take a nice ride on some back roads is welcome, and one of my favorite excuses is to go get ice cream. Here in central New Hampshire, we have an abundance of independent ice cream shops, ranging from roadside stands to fancy creameries with covered outdoor seating. I approve of riding for ice cream, I will say that.
Yeah, the dairy scene in New Hampshire is fabulous.
Yeah, right? Yeah. The ice cream is often homemade, and most places have dozens of interesting flavors to choose from. A favorite of my wife's is bubblegum. Yuck, he says. Well, I usually go for some more traditional flavors like cookies and cream. Ice cream chips are fun because it's cheap, quick, and many of our favorite spots are along my favorite local scenic routes. Before I go, I have a bone to pick with Miss Emma.
Uh-oh.
Of course, I love and appreciate her, and I love her taste in cars. Jaguar is my second favorite car make, he says. But I'm afraid I was led astray.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You see,
I've been leading boys astray for years now.
Miss Emma was once discussing battery tenders,
Yes.
and she said that one doesn't necessarily need to pay for the battery tender name to get the functionality, and she named the Viking brand as an alternative,
Yes.
which is sold at
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight. So I broke my own rule about buying something from there with any sort of electrical cord, which is a very good rule,
Right.
and bought a Viking battery maintainer. Well, my first use was not a success.
Oh, dear.
I left the Viking connected to one of my batteries, and when I returned, I was greeted with a distinct odor, which brought back memories of model trains burning up. I know That odor.
Oops a daisy.
Yeah. Anyway, my Viking went into the trash and has since been replaced with a lovely little Optimate unit, which has been running like a top. Finally.
Nice.
Please enjoy a couple photos of my new to me Royal Enfield 650, which has been a delight, and can't wait to put some proper miles on it in the coming season. It's perfect bike for backroad ice cream trips.
Oh, that's
Dang.
great.
That's great.
Yeah, so thank you. Ice cream, that is good.
Yeah, and normally I'm very careful about what I endorse. You know, I've had a Viking in the shop, which I use as a backup. I mean, my battery charger actually at Mototown is a Yuasa. It's a genuine Yuasa. It's an amazing thing. It looks like, you know, you're trying to program it, and it's got all these flashing lights and everything. I bought it last year, so I didn't have to pay as much tax. But I use a Viking a lot, and it's served me very, very well. So, horses for courses, I guess.
I'm going to go so far as to say any battery chargers from the 70s or older, they will never die.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have one on the Triumph that you can go 6 or 12 volt. They never die.
One caveat to that is
Don't
they
do the lithium.
Don't all play well with lithium. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, who's got another live to ride, ride, eat? Do you have one,
Oh,
Bagel?
no.
Bagel, do you have one?
No.
No, I thought there was another. Okay, well, then let's go to Bagel. I gave you 2, so go ahead and read one of them, Bagel.
Yes. Well, I've got an email here from Andy. From wait a minute. From Ryan Dodman.
Yeah, there it is.
Struth.
And Ryan says, "Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Ride report here from down here in Australia.
Better get
For
round
any
here with a
misfit-
tire iron, mate. I got a motorcycle stuck up my ass.
For any misfits listening in the southeast of Queensland, I found some fantastic roads doing the full lap around Lake Wivenhoe.
Wait, like
Like
what?
Huh?
Wivenhoe.
Wivenhoe?
Wivenhoe. Wivenhoe.
Okay.
Blimey.
It
So
was a
lap around
great
Wivy.
5 to 6 hour ride with my dad.
Oh, nice.
My butt was thanking my padded bicycle shorts by the end, as the seat on my Yamaha R3 is basically a plank.
Yeah, I will endorse. They don't have the best seats, do they, darling?
They're
But
highly
the best
supportive.
part was a road running south from Dagwillar to Mount Mee. The road was perfectly twisty, and I'm not kidding when I say they built it like a racetrack. Didn't even see a car for the entire 10-kilometer stretch.
Oh, lovely.
I highly recommend getting there if you can. And for all of you Northern Americans huddled up in the cold, wet, and snow, the day was a beautiful sunny 35 degrees, 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
I was going to say, what's
Light
that in
breeze.
freedom units?
and not a cloud in the sky. Keep up the amazing work, Misfits. You're the best. Ryan.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks,
Ryan,
Ryan.
what a
Ryan.
lovely
Thanks,
email.
Ryan.
Because, of course,
Thanks, Ryan.
it's high summer
Yeah.
in Australia land.
It is.
Does Santa
all
Claus
summer.
wear shorts?
No, Budgie Smuggler.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think they celebrate Christmas on the beach in Australia.
All right, Emma, pick one of yours.
I'm gonna do from Jeffrey. Hi, my name is Jeff, and I live in Denver, Colorado.
Hey, Jeff.
A couple of years ago, I was watching Rides with Norman
Yep.
and found out about you guys. I've since listened to dozens and dozens of your podcasts. Oh, you poor chap. And now it's my Monday morning ritual to fire you guys up and listen on my 45-minute drive to work. You know, the joke is amongst our listeners, you know, we are the favourite part of their Monday morning commute. Usually I wrap up the podcast on Tuesday morning, and guess what? It's Tuesday morning. I really enjoyed your last podcast specifically because I recently finished building a VMAX street tracker. And
yeah.
after your conversation about the one of you, I forget which one it is currently building a street legal flat track bike, that would be Jim, I just had to write in. When Emma, open brackets, I love her the most, close brackets,
We all do.
says, maybe you should add some fake sponsor stickers. I knew I had to send you guys pics of my bike, which I'm super proud of. I built it as a tribute to the original owner of the bike, a dear friend of mine who sadly died early at age 47. Oh, that is far too young to shuffle off your mortal coil.
That is good looking.
I've always loved the way flat track bikes look, and now I have one. The reason it has forward controls is because I have an artificial right leg, and I can't stand having my legs folded up like a pretzel too long. Well, nobody likes that, darling. I know it takes away from the flat track bike look a bit, but it's super fun to ride, and I'm 6 feet tall, so VMAXs are a bit small for me. Anyway, there's nothing like the thrill of a VMAX when it hits its stride between 6,000 and 9,000 RPM. That's V-Boost, baby! This is my second one, which I plan to be buried with. I'm currently working on another street tracker built from a 79 XS 650. This is a great looking bike.
This is really good looking, Emma.
Bike. Well done.
And it gets my approval because it has gold wheels.
Gold wheels make everything good. Remember, my XS 1100 had gold wheels. I did that for you.
Mm-hmm.
In the episode with Norman, it shows you riding a street tracker, which I'm dying to know more about. What is it? Can you send me a pic? And what the fuck is Emma's Rufus she's always going on about? I'd love to
such
know
a good
more.
question.
There are many questions to answer. Lastly, I thought it was a really cool idea to ask your listeners about their live to ride, ride to eat experiences. Oh, I'm sorry, it is at the end of Ride to Eat.
There you go.
I ride almost every Sunday with a group of guys that I love. Jeff, it's not wrong to love another guy. We are all well-seasoned riders with 4 dramatically different bikes. Dave on an awesome uncorked Super Duke, myself on my VMAX, or my big dog, which I presume is a species of Harley-Davidson or S&S.
No, what's the Corvette engine thing, the big dog?
Bit Haas.
The Haas, the big
Yes.
Haas.
Haas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Haas.
No, I think a big dog is a species of S&S powered thing. Brian on his pristine all original Triumph Underbird, and Bart on his Harley Pan America. Oh, that's a very eclectic bunch of peeps. Riding the canyons in Colorado is awesome, and our favourite trip is a trip up through Golden Gate Canyon. Golden Gate Canyon is 12 miles of killer asphalt, tons of turns, and wicked Colorado mountain scenery. The ride culminates at Central City, Colorado, to eat at a little casino that caters to motorcycle riders. Oh, that sounds good. They have an old dude there who rides an Indian, and he waits in a little shack in a parking lot to greet the riders, and parking in front is reserved for motorbikes. He keeps an eye on the bikes. You go in and order, and there are tables set up outside with a nice out to the bike where we sit, hang out with other bikers, and enjoy biker culture. Sounds like my idea of heaven. You guys are far and away the best motorcycle podcast out there. I really enjoy each and every episode. Thank you for doing what you do. One last question. Why do you call this guy Stumpy John Stumpy? Is he like me? LOL. No, he's not like you.
I'm not like anybody.
No,
Because he's built like a tree stump.
yeah, he's built like he has 2 legs, but he's
solid. He's solid.
John is kind of he's about the same distance from top to bottom as from side to side. Hence we call him.
I'm square. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's what we call a square physique. The second is
Like a piston.
in Ride with Normus Reedus. Normus Reedus. He was someone new. Liza was riding a awesome cafe racer kind of tracker.
It's full tracker.
Tracker Yamaha XS 750 triple.
With an R1 front end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I believe that started off as it didn't start off as a special, but you put a special engine in it from the Cruiser.
Oh, that's the second engine.
Second engine was from a Cruiser. Last question to answer. Rufus is a 1994 Suzuki RF 900 2R in factory purple and yellow paint. And Rufus is a good boy and in nice original condition. Not going to win a concourse competition, but not that far off either.
But that ass.
Yes.
Nice ass.
He's got a nice ass. Yes. Suzuki RF 900.
All right, Bagel, we're running out of time, so let's get to your second one.
All right. So I have an email from Andy Cheatham,
Yes. Hey, Andy.
and he says, "Ahoy, misfits!
Ahoy, Andy!
Greetings from the not so sunny Droitwich Spa.
Blimey, that's Andy.
I'm a long-time listener, thanks to Norman, and still loving the show, although I do miss Mean Megan's laughter and Lucas's balls of steel.
Balls of steel.
Balls of steel. Hearing all that you get up to and listening in your various guests over the years has given me a totally different perspective on the beautiful world that is motorcycling.
Where is this fellow from?
Is this Scottish you're going to? Where it's
Droitwich Spa.
Good Lord.
Where the hell is that?
Where is it?
Droitwich.
Up near Manchester, I think.
No, it's in Brum, darling.
Brum? Oh,
Well, it's in
okay,
the Midlands, yes. Droitwich. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, hearing you get up to all that.
Wow.
Right?
Keep going, you
Hearing
madman.
all that you get up to and listening to your various guests over the years has given me a totally different perspective on the beautiful world that is motorcycling. And Liza, it was great to meet you and Kat in the
Yes.
summer. To chew the fat a bit, glad you enjoyed your trip to our fair islands. I'm trying to
Thank
find
you.
my way over to your side of the pond, but life keeps getting in the way. Anywho, I thought I would share with you a problem I recently had while out on my BMW R1200 RS. Perhaps Miss Emma would like to try and diagnose?
I'll do my best.
I had ridden out of the city of Birmingham, pronounced Birmingham. As is traditional this time of year, it was hissing down with rain, and the M5 motorway, a busy freeway out of Birmingham, was turning into a tributary of the local Severn. I was in a hurry to get home to Droitwich, and so was making progress down the outside lane.
They will ride in all weather there.
Then I did a dumb thing. I was distracted as the zip on my right hand jacket sleeve being partially open and water was getting in. So as I attempted to zip it back up, while doing around 70 miles per hour, officer, I suddenly lost power on the bike. I dropped down again and tried to rev the engine. Nothing. I had to act fast as there was traffic hooning up behind me and cars and trucks in both of the two lanes. So I pulled the clutch in and coasted across both lanes, just about managing to keep up enough speed to avoid being rear-ended by the traffic. Scary. Finally, I stopped on the hard shoulder, not sure what you call it in America land. I still had electric to the dash, so I put my hazard warning lights on while I figured out what had happened. Any ideas?
You hit the kill switch, you knob.
The answer is that in messing with my jacket zip, I'd accidentally hit the engine kill switch.
And
A
it's
little
easily
embarrassing.
done. What a knob.
Well, lesson learned. I'm just thankful I was able to get off the freeway before something bad happened. The moral of the story, well, maybe don't be stupid.
Yeah.
I'm still riding despite the crappy weather as I have to feed my addiction, even through the winter. All the best. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Andy.
So,
thanks, Andy.
Glad you made it out, Andy.
similar story, and actually on the similar road. So there's a group of us riding out of Brum on the M5, and we're going down to see my brother, who at the time was at the University of Bristol. And it was great, because you get on the M5, and you just head south. And, an hour and a half, a couple of hours later, you'd be in Bristol, and then we'd all go out on the piss, which basically means drinking. So I'm on my Water Buffalo, my GT 750, and my friend Frank's in front on his GT 500, and we're in the outside lane. We're doing about 90, and so he's really pushing the 500. I mean, I'm in my stride. And this frigging battery fell off. I mean, it just fell out, and the bike, of course, stopped dead. And he's got no electrics. Because the battery's gone. I mean, the battery fell out of the bike and was squashed by a truck, for all I know. So he's waving his arm, trying to get over 3 lanes, and he manages it. And yes, when we got to the hard shoulder, there was a smell of poo.
Oh God. Well, thank you, everyone, sending your emails in. Y'all, we're going to save these emails because we're run out of time.
Always we've run out of time.
But I'm still going to ask for more. I love hearing the live to ride, ride to eat. I want to know more rides that people are going on. with great food stops. I mean, we've got endless taquerias, so we will never have a shortage of places
Lengua
to
till the
eat.
cows come home.
In my opinion, it's such an important part because it's things you do with your friends. Those you are closest to, you eat with them. And I mean, that goes back hundreds of years. I mean, you go into any Italian's house, you're going to get fed. I mean, it's like what people do. Welcome to my home, I'm going to feed you. So riding with friends, as good a fun as that is, eating with friends, you're just cementing the friendship. I think it's wonderful.
There you go.
Breaking bread.
And I didn't get into it tonight. I'm going to save it for next week, but I'm going to do more tire changing reviews. I bought more gizmos. I bought an adapter for the Rabiconda. Emma yelled at me today.
Well, deservedly so.
No, next week.
Next week, we're getting into it. So this is the time that I say, hey, thanks, everyone, for sticking with us and listening. Go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com. I really need to update our calendar. Thank you, John, for reading the calendar. Join us on a trip.
No, I mean, you really should hang out with us because we are more fun than you actually might imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And big thanks to our don't fold it. That's how I know it hasn't been read.
If you didn't read it, don't fold it, you log.
Big thanks to our Patreon subscribers. You didn't notice I bought some more things. I got a new the fuel. What do you call the fuel?
The IV canister.
IV canister. I replaced the old one. Yeah, I've been just trying to update some of the tools in the shop. So thank you. I keep reinvesting.
Well, and I'm updating a few of the tools in Mototown. So if I do that, you can basically have my tools, which are perfectly okay for one day a week use. But obviously, all week use in a pro shop, you can't.
And then last but not least, John, you did not include, and I'm inviting you, in 2 weeks on the 27th is the Naked Ride. It's going to be happening. Who wants to come get naked?
Oh, I'm doing it, of course.
And
Of course.
you don't have to just come to Santa Cruz. You could ride naked anywhere.
No, that is not true. That is not true. It is
So-
actually legal here.
Right, so just to bring people up to speed, because there are people who are hearing this for the first time. So the Vampires, which is the local Santa Cruz-based motorcycle hoodlums, do a naked ride every winter. And it's kind of like the equivalent of the polar bear swim. Take all your clothes off, wear your helmet and your boots, and ride downtown Santa Cruz. Is it cold? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. Do I do it every year? Yes. If you come on the naked ride, are you going to see Emma's boobies? Yes, yes, and yes. And you might get a muff shot if you're lucky.
I am very good at looking at everybody's face
And judging. And judging.
Not looking down.
Eyes up.
Eyes up. So yeah, come on out if you'd like to get naked. We'll love to have you join us, or come out anytime. You can do a naked ride here anytime. You're right. So on that note, thank you everybody for listening and sticking with us. Send us those emails at motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com.
Yes.
And want to hear where you're going to go ride to. On that note, let's get out of here, everyone. Thanks. This is Liza.
Stumpy John.
Naked Emma, darling.
Ray.
Scottie.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.